Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, August 14th, 1 a.m. Mountain Time 2019. As solar activity declines, yes, you're looking at it, alarmism builds. Scientists find lightning near the North Pole that they've never seen before, and it is the latest sign of climate breakdown. Not only that, they're using children as propaganda tools. It's disgusting. We're about to get to the bottom of it in one of the most comprehensive updates of your life. Keep calm. It's boom time. Let's get started. UAH satellite-based temperature shows no appreciable warming relative to the rise in CO2. This is a normal variability graph here. You can even see it spiking here back in 98. And again in this El Nino in 2016, but has dropped off a cliff since then. Temperatures in the last 4 years have dropped 0.3 C on average and up to 0.6 C through monthly data. Those are the facts. And CNN claims greenhouse gases reached record levels, doubling in just a short period of time. The dominant greenhouse gas, which is water vapor, which they're not talking about, they're talking about carbon dioxide, is 43% stronger than in 1990. Yes, sea levels are rising, glaciers are melting for the 30th straight year. Look at their fraudulent graphs, up, and away. Growth rate in parts per million. This is such a fraudulent display of non-scientific data that it almost makes you barf. As you see here, this cyclicity in this graph here, there's nothing to see here though. Nothing at all. Except manipulated data and children as propagandists. Yeah, make Earth cool again. We're doing it right now, sweetheart, as we speak. Climate change contrarians receiving 49% more media coverage than scientists. Yes! Let's read that and see if it makes any sense to you. Climate change contrarians receive 49% more media coverage than scientists. Well, I think this is a double entendre propaganda piece where they're using multiple layers of fraud in one title to make no sense at all. Now, climate change contrarians can't be scientists, according to this article. Which is a sharticle, by the way. One News Now. The one you never wanted to know. Links will be below for all these sharticles. Texas power grid operator declares level 1 emergency amid extreme heat. Now, the extreme heat they're talking about, we can come down here and see is barely even reaching above 100 degrees. There is no 110s in here in Texas, which is the nexus of the schmexus. 110, 115 would be extreme. 102 in Texas in August. Yeah. What happens when Al Gore's inconvenient truths face the facts? Well, here, citing freezing weather conditions, Al Gore cancels global warming speech. This was just January 3rd of 2018. Those are the facts. This schmuck canceled a global warming speech because of freezing conditions. And that's what happens when Al Gore faces the facts. Snow at the footy. Just how unusual was this Australia snowfall at the AFL match? Well, it was the only snowfall ever at an AFL match, ever. So I think it's quite unusual. But if you read the article, they say, blippity bloppity blue. Many Australians have just shivered through a cold weekend, but this happens all the time, especially during global warming. That's what the article says. It's not unusual to see kangaroos hopping in the snow. I mean, come on. Some of the most memorable widespread events of the past include those of 1900. Yeah, I mean, we all remember that. 1965 and 84. All before Al Gore was a bore. Completely normal. Let's look at the facts and do a dab.
Further inland, residents are waking up to snow this morning as temperatures plummet. Live now to Joanna Woodburn, who's in the town of Orange. Joanna, thanks for being with us. You look so well rugged up. How much snow has fallen there?
I have a lot of layers on, Josh. Looks can be deceiving, and there have been several centimetres that have fallen overnight. Up to 10 centimetres has actually fallen at Oberon, which is east of Orange, back towards Sydney. About 10 centimetres across the region, and that town is actually completely cut off. So the roads to Bathurst and Jenolan Caves, which heads on to Sydney, are closed to all traffic because there has been so much snow that has fallen early this morning. The State Emergency Service has also told us that some stranded motorists have been found in the snow, so they must have set off very early, and SES crews have been sent to free them. So there's a warning to all motorists not to travel unless the travel is absolutely necessary, because there's a lot of snow, ice and black ice, which of course can't really be seen when you're driving. Here in Orange, a bit further west and also quite high, we're about 860 odd metres in elevation. Several centimetres has fallen at Mount Canobolas, which is the highest point, which is west of the city. There has been a lot of snow, and it's really lying. As you can see, we're at a golf course, and behind me, it's pretty much golf is off today, you could say. There's going to be no golf. There's been a few people here who've been playing with snow and making snowballs, but they've since left, perhaps bravely enough. We're only joined by some ducks who were brave or silly enough to stay with us in the snow.
Joanna, it looks beautiful. I want to be out there chasing the ducks and maybe making some snow angels and throwing some snowballs at them. What are conditions expected to be like for the rest of the weekend?
They're expected to continue, so the Bureau is forecasting snow showers for the rest of this morning, perhaps easing this evening, and then snow showers returning tomorrow. So I might still have some chance to do some snow angels and things like that, Josh.
Good on you, Joanna. Thanks so much for being with us.
Did I do it right? Did I get it right? Can I do it? Seismic update. No quakes of note. Let's take a look at the U.S. We have Frac City rumbling and tumbling in the 3.4 or less range. A cacophony of quakes. Minor quakes on the west coast. Standard activity in the basin and range up here north of Yosemite. Hello! 5.1 in Peru. We're going to be looking at that. We had some alerts today coming out from Ben Davidson blot echoes over in this region here, like in the northern Marianas and other areas. Take a look at here. Yeah, there's no quakes to note. It's looking quite boring. In fact, I'm snoring. Moving on, there's a lot to learn. Dramatic eruption by Mexico's Popocatépet. Popo, for short. Take a look. Blasting to 23,000 feet. And you know I'm a foot guy. Well, that's how it goes. Worldwide volcano news update. Dukono volcanic ash advisory. Nothing of note, but Popo, the biggest boom of the day. Sabancaya kicking to 24,000 feet. I apologize. I lied. 1,000 feet over Popo's impressive emission of 23,000 feet today. All in the VEI 2 to 3 range. Nothing significant. Icebergs will delay southern hemisphere's future warming, however. That's quite significant. In fact, new research is showing that global warming is causing global cooling due to melting glaciers, which will reach a peak here in 2050 as Antarctica washes away into the ocean. If anyone actually did the math, they'd find out it would take thousands of years to melt that continent. But I digress. Science is a mess. Here are the facts. In the last 4 years, the temperature has dropped a half a degree C in North America, which is the most significant temperature drop in the last 40 years. Yeah. It's the most significant 4-year drop in 40 years during global warming. It's getting really hot in here. Greenhouse gases reach record levels, report finds. Oh my God, this is coming out today. It's over, Johnny. Folks, this is serious. It's totally serious. Oh my God, are you serious? Are you serious?
High temperature record. September became the first month not to break the monthly all-time high in nearly a year and a half. Fact, during September, the Arctic sea ice also reached its lowest extent ever, and much of the perennial sea ice that lasts longer than a year, has declined since 1984. That means the Arctic is relying on ice that melts completely in the summer and refreezes in the winter, which can have serious consequences. The disappearance of older ice makes the Arctic's ocean sea ice cap more vulnerable to further decline. Fact, for the first time, Antarctic sea ice is also at record low levels. Just a few years after reaching record highs for the extent of southern sea ice, the ice is lower than it has ever been for this time of year as it heads towards its yearly minimum during the southern summer. This shows that the global temperature rise has had far-reaching effect from one pole to the other. Fact,
I can't believe
in July,
how far these people will go for a paycheck. I mean, basically where I'm at right there. She is cute, though. A new timeline of Earth's cataclysmic past. They claim that the planets were once in close proximity billions of years ago during the formation of the solar system. Charticle. The world's first solar road has turned out to be a colossal failure that's falling apart and doesn't generate any energy, according to a report. Expect millions of dollars thrown out because we're all burning up. 2 years after the world's first solar road, the Normandy Road in France, was set up. It's turned out to be a colossal failure, according to a report in Le Monde. Not only that, there's failure after failure after failure if you read on this. And one guy who's even like head of the, despite costing $6.1 million, right here, there it is. The solar road became operational in 2016. 75% of the panels, listen to this, 75% of the panels were broken before even being installed. And it doesn't generate any energy. It can't be driven on, and 83% of its panels are broken, according to Daily Caller. One electrical engineer even went as far as describing it as a total and epic failure. I think that might be an understatement. Thank God all these renewable energies are going to save us. I mean, it's amazing how much. And then we go to Greta Thunberg, Zero Carbon Journey. Now, this is the propaganda child that they're using in Nazi-style tactics to push this agenda right down your throat. And they're going to lie right in your face here. Greta Thunberg's Zero Carbon Journey. Now, this poor teenager who's been indoctrinated into the global warming lie has decided she can't travel by airplanes anymore to push her agenda on you. Yes, Greta Thunberg will spend 2 weeks traveling across the North Atlantic on a boat with no toilets. So she's going to have to poop into the sea, which is absolutely disgusting because there's ways to mitigate that, and you can actually be using that nutrition for plants. But these leftist pricks have gone totally Nazi. Greta, 16, has stopped flying due to environmental reasons. But she's due to attend the crucial climate change conference in New York on her ship. She told the BBC that traveling by boat sends a signal that she's totally clueless and the climate change crisis is a real thing. That's a quote unquote. Now get this, electricity on the boat will solely come from the wind turbines and solar panels, meaning the journey has a zero carbon footprint, which is a zero to facts. Because let me just break this down for you right now. The wind turbine and the solar panels, first of all, let's get to the wind turbine. Let's talk about wind-generated energy, rare earth elements, and the raping of the planet. the destruction of the biome by underpaid slaves that mine these elements from dangerous dark holes in the earth. And let's talk about the solar panels and their short-term longevity and how they're creating piles and piles of toxic waste on the surface of the planet. This poor young woman has been indoctrinated and is now being used as a puppet for her picture on this article, which claims that this boat with wind turbines and solar panels creates zero carbon waste, when that's the exact opposite of the truth. In fact, if they had a fucking motor on here and a sail, it would be way less carbon than all of the raping of the earth and the destruction of humanity and the child labor used in those wind turbines and solar panels. Get with the program. Facts are short to come by, but this is disgusting and embarrassing. This child is being used as a puppet. And as we break down the pedophilia rings of the elites, I hope someone stops this type of disgusting propaganda that the media is perpetrating. Greta's she's so young. Oh my God, she's so indoctrinated. We have to pay our taxes. She's pooping in the ocean while child laborers are making her panels. It's devastating. Scientists are rattled after this stunning sign of climate breakdown near the North Pole. Have you heard of this? Scientists have just discovered lightning in the North Pole. Above 80 north. They've never even seen it. It's definitely triggering the end of the world. Meteorologists and climate scientists were startled Monday after the U.S. National Weather Service confirmed that an extremely rare occurrence of lightning had been observed in the North Pole. This is August 2019. This rare August 2019 occurrence has never been heard of before by scientists or media personnel or anyone else worldwide. National Weather Service, nobody. Multiple strikes were recorded, and it was now ushering in the end of the world. I mean, it's unprecedented. It's crazy. It's crazy that this source reversed the title and starts with "this is crazy" instead of ending with it. Scientists are alarmed as lightning near the North Pole is the latest sign of the breakdown of the world. This rare lightning near the North Pole is being reported on in hundreds of sources. August 13th, that's yesterday. Look at that. Lightning was detected right here, never seen before within the Arctic Circle. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. Lightning struck near the North Pole 48 times. And it is not normal. It's triggering Wait, let's go back into historical climatology real quick. And let's just make sure that the media knows what they're talking about. Let's just do this. Wait a minute. This is actually NOAA. NOAA Center for Environmental Information. They actually host the Alaska Climatological Reports from 1915 to 2015. And we just happen to spend all day and find this information, which, by the way, was jamming up our computer for about 6 hours because of a glitch. And we couldn't even load pages. It was totally insane. I rebooted my computer. I cleaned the hard drive. I dumped everything 4 different times, and every time I tried to get this information to stick on the screen. Anyway, let's go to what NOAA, Center for Environmental Information, hosting the Alaska Climatological Reports, which is actual data from 1915 to 2015. Let's see what we uncovered. In 1921, thunder was heard at Barrow, Alaska for the first time in many years. Now, what that means is that many years before 1921, there was thunder in Alaska, in Barrow, which Barrow is the northernmost part of Alaska, well into the Arctic Circle, 84 degrees north latitude, which is exactly where they're reporting the completely unheard of lightning happening just yesterday and the day before. 43 strikes of unheard of lightning. Now, in 1921, they heard the same lightning for the first time in many years, which meant many years before that, in 1900, they heard lightning. And in 31, thunder was heard again in Barrow, 21 and 31. And then on July 8th and 12th in 1943, thunderstorms occurred in Wainwright, Alaska, 86 miles southwest of Barrow in the Arctic Ocean. 21, 31, and 43. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the sun controls lightning. Cosmic rays and solar minimum controls lightning. So here, let's look at 1921. Right there. Deep solar minimum. Baseline. No sunspots. 1931. Solar minimum. Deep minimum. 43. Here's 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Can you believe this? Did anyone check this? I mean, how long would it take to figure out what's happening? 1950, 89. Here's 1950. Here's 1989. They're all on solar minimums. And now we have the data coming out now. And that's where you are, at the bottom of the cusp. (2000), there was more lightning in the Arctic. That's right here. So it can happen at any time. It's not even rare. I just showed you 20 instances dating back to 1900. Is there no integrity left at any venue, at any news source? Is there anyone that checks the work of anyone else? Does anyone care about what they're actually reporting on and what they're doing to the masses, how they're brainwashing them and indoctrinating them with zero information and nothing but fairy tales and bullshit? Rare lightning near the North Pole, never seen before. Yes, it's definitely signals of the climate breakdown. 48 times. It's over. The same thing happened prior to 1921, and it happened in 1921, and then in 31, and 43, and 1950, 52, 89, 95, and 2000. I think it's rare that we can get any information, to be quite honest with you. I think what's getting rare are crops and facts. I think what's getting rare is global warming events and facts. You know how hot it is getting up in Alaska? I just went up and I said, let me just look at some data up at Barrow. Let's do it. Here's 2018-19 cumulative precipitation in Barrow. Record snow, well above normal. Here's snow depth. Well above baseline here. There's no global warming there. Cumulative heating degree days. Below normal. Yeah, not a single day above normal for heating days. We're burning up. Cumulative snowfall. Boom! Starting in December, above normal the whole in time. Man. And now this. Let me just point out the fraud that is being perpetrated on you. This is like Earth and Sky. It's an astronomy, the top astronomy rag. Charticle. Weird hexagonal dune field seen on Mars. Oh my God. We don't even know. Oh my God. It's magic. How about hexagonal craters? Hexagonal craters on Earth, planets, moons, and asteroids. Known for decades. Boom! Hello. Would you just look at it? Look at this. There is no integrity. No one even wants to care and explain what these hexagonals are, except back in 2008, 11 years ago, Michael Godspeed did. And in his recent essay 11 years ago, during the last solar minimum of all things, boom! The craters are electric. He enumerated many examples of craters on celestial bodies that cannot be explained with the traditional geologic toolkit, which is why these pricks won't touch it back here. Wherever they were. We erased them. That's a good thing. Anyway, one strikingly anomalous crater type is the hexagonal crater. And not only that, he goes on to talk about the Z-pinch particle beam, the Birkeland current, and the fact that this shit was known long ago. And if you go check out the Thunderbolts project, you may get some good information. So please read this article. I mean, I was totally engrossed. And we are running late, but I just want to show you the North Pole of Jupiter. And just like you know that the aurora borealis up in the North Pole of the Earth is caused by the Birkeland current entering that region, here we have a Birkeland current entering Jupiter connected to the sun, creating a hexagonal feature, similar to the unexplained hexagonal craters on Earth, planets, asteroids, moons. Recorded time immemorial, but apparently, will we get it? Unknown to the top rag Earth and Sky. I mean, it's amazing. It's weird. I mean, it's like weird, man. We're not going to look into it. It's just weird, man. I got a new cut. Going to Crestone. Got to look my best. Holy, we just erased some Russian shit. We got to go there. I'm doing it. Russia's secret nuclear facilities. Explosion shines new light on secret nuclear cities. And Putin is not naked riding a horse right now. He's got a suit on, and he means business. An explosion in northern Russia may have exposed secret information about the country's nuclear facilities, and nobody's talking. But that's the headline. Argentina just suffered the second biggest crash since 1950 for any stock market in the world. And the nation is again on the brink of financial crisis. And the U.S. is going to follow suit.
Selling author David Ball.
Shut up! Sorry. All right. What was I saying? Crestone, energyfair.org. Schedule. Click on it. I'm working with it. Boom! Friday, August 16th, 4 to 8 p.m. 30th anniversary opening ceremony, community potluck. There may be pot there. And it will be lucky. Crestone Songbirds performing at 5 p.m. I have no idea what that means, but apparently there'll be a band. And the headliner, Bighorn, 7 p.m. Illuminati much? Home tours Saturday and Sunday, whatever that means. Meet at 8 a.m. at the info booth and you'll get the info. Saturday schedule starts at 12 noon. I love that. Lee Temple, keynote speaker, 10 steps to a safer, healthier planet. I can't wait to watch that. And I'm going to actually see it live, and Lee Temple will be in front of me. So I won't have to pretend I actually know him. I'll probably meet him. And here, there's me. Sustainable permaculture. You know what that means? That's like a double, that's the same thing. Yeah. Sustainable permaculture. Yep. And then Sunday, right here. Where am I? I know I'm here. There. 1:30 to 2:30-ish. I love the schedule. It's like whatever-ish. Diamond starts at like 4:27. 4:20. He starts at 4:20 and ends at 5:31. Then he's done. And then on Sunday, 1:20, and I'll start off pretty funny, and then it'll get really sunny, and we'll cut it at 2:20. I told you. Yo, donate to this. Maybe. I mean, if you can afford it, do it. Gorgeous portraits of American wild and surprisingly delicious plants will probably be there. But if you can't be there, Jimmy Fike spent 12 years chronicling and feasting upon more than 140 varieties of edible plants. Check out this article, which is not at all a sharticle, filled with facts and plants. Look at them. They're beautiful. It's beautiful. Isn't that nice? This is what people think rebellion looks like. I was at Occupy Philly. This is what it actually looks like. Breathe it in. There's pizza there. That's like me talking about the polar reversal, magnetic excursions. This is just a big giant fatty. They're just passing it around there. And then it's her job to get the water for everyone, and they're just doing some planning. If it rains, they can go into there. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. I hope I see you at Crestone. Thank you to all our one-time donors, our Patreons. Thank you for sharing these videos. If you don't share the YouTube videos, the subscribership is going to be blocked by the algorithm because Al Gore has no rhythm. We love you.